Hi everyone. This is Claire from Susan's family. Today I'll teach you how to make a 30 cm sock doll main body. The basic body includes arms, feet, legs, body and head. Let's start with the crocheting method for the arms. First, let's take a look at the chart. The chart uses our plus number to indicate the round number. The increases and decreases explanation column shows the stitch techniques needed for crocheting that round, including increasing or decreasing stitches. The total stitches column shows the total number of stitches after completing all the stitches in that round. This basic body is made using X stitch single crochet. From now on, we'll simply call it single crochet when crocheting. The stitches used are X single crochet, V single crochet increase, a single crochet decrease, and W single crochet, where 3 stitches are made in 1 stitch. Watch me demonstrate the specific crocheting method. To make it easier for everyone to see clearly, I'll demonstrate using thick yarn here. The colors are random. For specific yarn, color scheme and hook size, please refer to the detail page of our product and the paper instructions. Due to crocheting in spirals, the rounds can be hard to tell apart. You need to mark the first stitch while crocheting. So before you start crocheting, cut a piece of yarn in a color different from your arm. Pay attention to avoid using yarn that's too dark, about 20 centimeters long. Separate the strands and take 2 strands as a marker. Then cast on. The foundation chain in the chart starts with a magic ring, which indicates the foundation method is a magic ring. Pick up the yarn tail with your right hand. Wrap it around your left index finger twice. Now there are 3 strands of yarn on your left index finger. Use your right thumb and index finger to pinch the overlapping part of the loops. Take it out. Then wrap the yarn around your left little finger once and pass it through between your middle finger and index finger. Shift the loop to between your left middle finger and thumb. Pick up the crochet hook with your right hand. The hook moves between these 2 points. Insert into the loop. Position the hook to the left side of the yarn. Wrap the yarn counterclockwise. Draw the yarn through. There is 1 loop on your hook. Chain 1 to secure. Yarn over. Pull the yarn through the loop on your hook. 1 chain stitch is completed. The magic ring is done. Now we'll work the first round. R1 means 6 single crochets. We'll crochet several single crochets. This indicates working into the magic ring loop. Crochet 6 single crochets. Start with the first stitch. Insert into the magic ring. Position the hook above the yarn tail. Draw the yarn through. There are now 2 loops on the hook. Position the hook in front of the yarn. Wrap the yarn counterclockwise. Pull the wrapped loop through. Draw through both loops on the hook in once. 1 X stitch single crochet is completed. The braid at the upper right corresponds to the stitch, which is the V-shaped 2 strands. Now work the second stitch. Insert into the large space. Place the hook above the yarn. Draw the yarn through. Hook is in front of the yarn. Wrap the yarn counterclockwise. Draw through both loops on the hook in once. The second single crochet is completed. A total of 6 stitches are needed for this round. Repeat this process. Continue crocheting downward. Before drawing the yarn through, always place the hook above the yarn. 3, 4, 5, 6. After completing, tighten the magic ring. There are 2 loops here. First, gently pull the yarn tail. You can see 1 loop is moving. Tighten the moving loop first. One loop remains. Pull the yarn tail tight directly. This way the loops are tightened properly. The stitch pattern in the chart is now completed. Since we're using the spiral round method, each round, just follow the stitch pattern in the chart. This completes round 1. Now move on to round 2. Our 2 is 5xV, and V stands for single crochet increase. Start from the adjacent stitch on the left side. Work 5 single crochets downward. Before crocheting, mark the position of the first stitch. Take out the starting yarn tail, place it in the middle between the first and last stitch. When crocheting, keep the starting yarn tail over the hook. Weave in the ends as you go along. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's still one stitch remaining on the right side of the marker. Work 1 single crochet increase, which means making 2 single crochets in the same stitch. One, 2. The single crochet increase is done. Tidy up the fabric piece. Make the clear or texture side face outward. This side is the right side of the piece. The blurry texture side is the wrong side. Trim off the excess starting yarn tail. Crocheting in spirals creates a height difference between the beginning and end. This is normal. That completes round 2. Continue to crochet round 3. Move the yarn marker from back to front. Place it between the first and last stitch. First, make 1 single crochet in the left stitch. In the next 2 stitches on the sides, make 1 single crochet in each respectively. The chart shows a W at the back, which means make 1 single crochet 3 in 1. That is, make 3 single crochets in the same stitch. One, 2, 3. The single crochet 3 in 1 is completed. Make 3 single crochets at the back. That is, crochet until the marker. This stitch on the right side. Round 3 is completed. Now crochet round 4. This round is 9x even, which means work 9 single crochets correspondingly. Move the marker to the back. Then pick up stitches and crochet even single crochets. Crochet to the stitch on the right side of the marker. Indicates the end of this round, so round 4 is completed. Then move on to round 5. Place the marker in front before crocheting. First work 3 single crochets. Followed by 2A, which means crochet 2 consecutive single crochet decreases. Use the invisible decrease technique here. One stitch consists of these 2 strands. The strand closer to you is the front loop. The strand closer to the outside is the back loop. Insert the hook into the front loop of the adjacent stitch. Then from front to back, insert into the front loop of the next stitch. It's a bit tricky to pick up stitches here. Pay attention not to insert in the wrong position. There are 3 loops on the hook. Place the hook above the yarn. Hook the yarn through the first 2 loops. Two loops remain. Yarn over and draw through all loops in once. 1 single crochet decrease is completed. Crochet using this method. The space between stitches is smaller. The fabric texture looks more delicate and beautiful. I'll demonstrate the invisible decrease technique again. From front to back. Pick up the front loops of the next 2 stitches on the left side. Place the hook above the yarn. Hook the yarn through the first 2 loops on the hook. 2 loops remain. Yarn over and draw through all loops in once. The single crochet decrease is completed. Then crochet 2 single crochets. Don't miss the first stitch. Round 5 is done. Next, I'll show you a way to count rounds. The fabric has raised textures as your guide. Each texture represents 1 round. Each texture represents 1 round. Avoid the starting position. Count the rounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 rounds total. That's how you count rounds. There are 6 to 23 in the chart. Work even for 7 times, means starting from round 6 and ending at round 23. They are all single crochets worked even without increasing or decreasing. Each round has 7 stitches. Please refer to the chart and finish them off. Pay attention when crocheting, because there are fewer stitches. Don't miss any stitch positions. Move the marker before crocheting each round. To mark the beginning and ending positions, hook up to the stitch position right side of the marker. Indicates the end of a full round. Please finish crocheting the arms on your own. After completing everything, crochet 1 chain stitch to secure. Enlarge the loop. Leave a yarn tail of about 15 centimeters. Cut it off. Gently tighten. The yarn tail doesn't need to be dealt with for now. Remove the marker. 1 arm is done. The other one can be crocheted using the same method. Next, let's learn the crocheting method for the feet. Both feet start with an adjustable magic ring. Crochet in spirals following the starting chain. Insert shaping wire after completing. The new stitches used are DC2 tog, double crochet 2 together, CH, chain, and SL street, slip stitch. Please watch my demonstration of the specific crocheting method. The foot crocheting method is similar to that of the arm. Follow the chart table directly for the corresponding stitches. Remember to mark the position of the first stitch in each round. Pay attention when crocheting the 3rd round. After completing, tidy up the fabric piece so the right side faces out. Everyone crochet on their own until the 6th round is finished. Don't adjust the increasing or decreasing stitch positions randomly. Next, crochet the 7th round. Start with 1 single crochet, followed by 2 DC2 tog. This means to crochet 2 double crochet stitches together. Let's start with the first stitch. Yarn over the hook once. Insert into the left stitch. Draw the yarn through. There are 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. 2 loops remain. This is an incomplete double crochet. Pick up the left stitch and make another incomplete double crochet. Yarn over once. Insert. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. The second incomplete stitch is done. There are 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over and draw through all loops in once. 1 double crochet decrease is completed. Move on to the second stitch. First, make 2 incomplete double crochets. Then yarn over and draw through all loops on the hook. The second double crochet decrease is done. Work 7 single crochets downward. The 7th round is done. Continue to crochet the 8th round. First, work 2 double crochet decreases in a row. Then crochet 6 single crochets. The 8th round is completed. Next, from the 9th round to the 14th round. Work even with single crochets. The method is simple. Please finish them on your own. Work the 15th round downward. This round is worked into the front loop half stitch. Here are 1-5 is 2CH SL Street *8. The parentheses indicate a group, indicates the number of times to repeat the pattern. First, chain 2. The S here stands for slip stitch. Pick up the stitch into the front loop. Work 1 slip stitch. Insert the hook into, yarn over, draw the yarn through, pull through all the loops on the hook in one go, slip stitch completed. This is the braid formed by the slip stitch. 2CH SL Street is done. Let me demonstrate once again. First, chain 2. Then pick up the front loop of the adjacent stitch on the left. Work 1 slip stitch. Insert the hook into, yarn over, draw the yarn through, pull through all the loops on the hook in one go. Another slip stitch is completed. This is the second time. This round needs to be repeated 8 times. 2CH SL Street. For the remaining 6 times, all are worked with 2 chain stitches and 1 slip stitch method. Finish the last slip stitch. Fasten off the yarn normally. Secure with 1 chain stitch. Leave a tail about 5 cm long and cut it off. Pull tight. Pull the yarn tail into the fabric like this. Round 15 is completed. Next, we need to add stuffing and insert the shaping wire. First, stuff a little inside the fabric piece. The starting tail from the cast on is also inside. You can use scissors to help. Just add a small amount of stuffing. Then cut a piece of shaping wire about 50 cm long. Fold roughly 1/5 cm from the bottom. Twist it once, mindful not to make the front too wide. Bend the front a little. Stuff it into the foot. Until right before the starting point of the foot. Follow the foot's curve with the shaping wire. Add a bit more fiber fill. Keep the shaping wire in the middle. The shaping wire must reach the front tip. Bend it along the foot's arc. Like this. This foot is now done. Next, learn the crocheting method for the leg. Join yarn at the foot. Crochet in rounds. Watch my demonstration of the crocheting method. First, join the yarn. Position the right side of the foot towards you. Make sure the last round is facing upward. Locate the left side of the marker yarn tail. The back loop of the 14th round stitch on the foot remains. Pick up this half stitch to join the yarn. Insert the hook. Draw the yarn through. Yarn joining is complete. Then make one chain stitch. As the turning chain for the single crochet, it doesn't count as a stitch. Gently tighten. Next, work one single crochet at the joining position. Then pick up the back loop of the left stitch remaining. Make one single crochet increase. Work into each stitch in sequence. Hook the single crochet into the back loop of the left stitch. Complete this round. The first round is complete. Next, crochet the second round. First, move the marker. Then pick up the left stitch. Work one single crochet in each stitch. Finish this round. The second round is done. The following crochet method is simple. Just follow the stitch pattern in the chart. Pay attention not to adjust the increase or decrease positions. Stuff as you go. The position where you switch colors here marks the first round. Start counting rounds upward from here. The method is simple. Please follow the chart and continue crocheting on your own until right before the last round. Here I'll demonstrate the technique for the final round on the left leg. Simply work 13 single crochets. After completing, leave a yarn tail of about 15 centimeters before cutting the yarn. pull it through and tighten. This completes the left leg. Note that due to the natural rightward rotation of the fabric, the leg may look a bit off. Tidy up the leg to match the natural shape of the body. The right foot and right leg are worked in the same way as the left leg. Here I've already prepared it in advance. Now work the final round. First, make 18 single crochets accordingly. After that, continue with 5 more stitches. Finally, don't cut the yarn. Tidy up the leg in the same way. This concludes the explanation of the legs. Next, let's learn how to crochet the body. Take a look at the finished product. Continue crocheting upward in spirals along the 2 legs, connected to the arms while crocheting. Watch me demonstrate the specific crochet method. First, connect the 2 legs. The chart shows, connect the 2 legs with 2 chain stitches. Position the 2 legs with their pointed ends facing left. Bring them together and align them. Find the sides of the legs that are closest to each other. First, press them flat to check the starting positions of these 2 legs, whether they are roughly in the middle of each side. The last round of the legs has adjusted the position. This part should be centered. If not, adjust by crocheting a few more stitches as needed, or decrease a few stitches, to ensure the starting position is roughly in the middle. This small sample doesn't need any adjustment here. Once adjusted, take the right leg, which is the one without the cut yarn. Start by crocheting 2 chains here. Then begin at the stitch adjacent to the left side of the last stitch on the left leg. Work into each stitch in sequence, making 18 single crochets. Remember to place a marker on the right side of the first stitch. Simply move the marker from the left leg to the corresponding position. The yarn tails on the legs can be left on the outside for now. Now it's time for the joining spot. Face the wrong side of the chain toward yourself. Pick up the top strand and crochet a single crochet. Make a total of 2 single crochets. Then start from the adjacent stitch. Work into each stitch in sequence with single crochets. Continue all the way down all the stitches on this leg. Once completed, crochet single crochets on the other side of the chain. Insert the hook into the placement of the single crochet below. Meaning picking up the other 2 strands of the chain stitch loop to crochet. This completes the first round. This round will join the two legs into one big circle. The marker on the right leg can now be removed. Twist the shaping wires together into one. From rounds 2 to 3, simply follow the first round. Continue crocheting in spirals without increasing or decreasing. Everyone please complete this part on your own. Next, I'll demonstrate how to crochet the fourth round. First, work 6 single crochets. Then, work 1 single crochet decrease. One group, 6x, is completed. This round simply repeats this stitch pattern 5 times. Let me demonstrate again. First, work 6 single crochets. Then, work 1 single crochet decrease. That's the second time. Continue following this method to complete the remaining 3 repeats. After completing the last one, round 4 is completed. For rounds 5 through 18, continue following the chart to crochet. Remember to add stuffing as you crochet. The method is very simple. Feel free to complete it on your own. After completing round 18, now crochet round 19. This round involves attaching the arms. First, determine the position to connect the arms. Tidy up the body. Press it flat like this. First, mark the stitch on the left side with a yarn tail. Mark the symmetrical position on the other side as well. Between the marked positions, the number of stitches should be the same front and back. Here I've already marked it in advance. Everyone please mark according to your own situation. Next, work single crochets all the way to the yarn tail mark on the left side. Now work to the corresponding position. Attach an arm here. The marker thread can be removed. Adjust the arm so the bump faces forward. Locate the first stitch of the last round on the arm. Work 1 single crochet. Pay attention to crochet from the inside out. And insert into the corresponding stitch on the left side at the same time. Work a single crochet. Then continue working until right before the next marker position. Set aside the yarn tail from the arm for now. When reaching the corresponding position, attach the right arm next, using the same method as the left arm. Also connecting from the inside out. Pay attention to the direction of the hand. Then continue working to finish this round. This completes round 19. Continue with round 20. First, work 1 single crochet in each stitch. Work until right before the connecting single crochet. Work directly into the stitch on the arm at the connecting position on the left side. Mindful to pick up the stitch from the outside in. Work 3 single crochets. Then work 1 single crochet decrease. Then continue working down with 2 single crochets. Next, arriving at the body position. Start from the left side of the connected single crochet. Continue working correspondingly with 9 single crochets. When reaching the arm position, pick up stitches on the arm and work 3 single crochets. One single crochet decrease. Then work 2 single crochets. After completing, continue picking up stitches on the left side of the body connection. Finish this round. This completes round 20. The arms are also connected. Next, install shaping wire between the 2 arms. First, measure the distance between the 2 arms. Then cut a piece of shaping wire that's 2 centimeters longer than this distance. I've already cut one here. Then fold one end in half by 1 centimeter. Thread the other end through the middle of the body shaping wire. Insert the folded end into the arm. Then fold the other end in half by 1 centimeter. Insert it into the other arm. Like this. The shaping wire for the arms is installed. The crocheting method for the back is simple. Refer to the chart and complete it by yourself. Please don't adjust the decrease position randomly. Starting from round 24. No need to add more stuffing. Pay attention, the stitch count will be fewer after round 24. You can tighten the shaping wire here. Look. This is the sample after completing the last round of the body. The marker yarn tail can be removed. If there is excess shaping wire, cut off the excess part. Then leave a yarn tail of about 15 centimeters. Cut the yarn. Thread the yarn tail through the yarn needle. And then pass through the front loop of each stitch like this. Finally, pull tight the yarn tail. Closing is completed, then tie a knot to secure it. And hide it inside the fabric. You can close a few more stitches, trim any excess yarn tails. Thread the yarn tail through the yarn needle on the arm. And then sew a few stitches through the underarm hole position, ensuring there is no visible hole here. Then tie a knot. Weave in the ends. Cut the yarn. Sew the other side in the same way. You can also sew the legs using the same method. This concludes the explanation for the body section. Once the body is completed, continue to learn the crochet method for the head. The head starts with a magic ring, then crochet in rounds following the chart. Don't forget to place a marker on the first stitch. Stuff after completing the 22nd round. Stuff firmly and evenly. Then continue crocheting the remaining rounds. Cut the yarn when completed. Chain 1 to secure. Leave a yarn tail of about 5 centimeters and then cut it. Gently tighten the tail. You can remove the marker thread, then push the protruding part into the head. You can use a crochet hook to help. Make sure this part can be inserted smoothly on top of the body. If it's difficult to insert, you can use the handle of the crochet hook or other tools to slightly expand the opening. Then connect the head to the body. This concludes the crochet method for the head. Up to this point, the entire body explanation is complete. If you have any questions during the process, don't hesitate to reach us via our website. Susan's Family, supporting your handwork experience, sharing the joy of life. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode.